Magic Man saves local bank, read the morning newspaper headline. Little did the writer of this headline know that Magic Man would be reading this very headline. Giovanni Zatara was a well-known and well-respected magician. For years he had been putting on magic shows with cutting-edge magic tricks that kept the crowds coming. Many begged to know how he did it, but as the old saying goes, a magician never reveals his secrets. In reality, Giovanni was actually a homo magi, a magical human. This had run in his family for centuries, and he was just another in a long lineage to use his gifts. But recently, Giovanni had started using these gifts for more than just shows. He had taken on a masked identity and decided to fight crime where he could. But on this particular morning, Giovanni was about to find out that his crime fighting had attracted not only news reporters. As Giovanni finished up his breakfast, he heard a knock at the door. "Lovely place you've got here, Mr. Zatara. Hope you don't mind me dropping in for just a sec." "Maxwell Lord?" "In the flesh." Giovanni had met many famous people in his time in showbiz, but for someone like Maxwell Lord, a member of a famous real estate mogul family and mini celebrity in his own right, to just drop in like this unannounced was most peculiar. "May I come in?" Yes, of course. Have a seat. Would you like some pancakes? I just made them fresh." "Don't mind if I do." As Giovanni prepared Maxwell a plate, he started to ask questions.
"So, Mr. Lord, what brings you out here at this time?"
"Please, my father was Mr. Lord. Just call me Max. As for what brings me out here, well, if I wanted to shine you on, I'd tell you it's because you have such a fascinating house set up here, and you're one of the biggest magicians in the business. But to be honest, I must say,
"Yes?"
your magic is quite impressive." Wasn't he just saying he didn't want to shine me on? Thought Giovanni, but decided to see where this was going.
"Well, thank you, Mr. Max."
Yes, it's so impressive how real it all seems. How you make big things small, make something out of nothing, and much more. One might say, in order to do all the things you do, you'd have to actually have real magic. Giovanni didn't like where this was going. What was Max really trying to say?
"Well, I suppose it's all a part of the illusion, you see."
Max stayed silent for a little bit. It was hard to read his face. That was when Max noticed the newspaper on the table. "You know that magician fellow who saved the bank? Man, that's quite something, isn't it? I mean, a superpowered being that's not an alien? At least from what they say. We haven't had one of those since Doc Manhattan in the 80s. I mean, look at this guy. He's got the handlebar mustache, the thin figure, the outfit, the wand, everything. Almost like looking in a mirror for you, isn't it? And look at that, this bank isn't even far from where you're at. Funny, isn't it?" This conversation was headed in a bad direction at full speed.
"Well, I suppose it is funny. You know, it kind of reminds me of a joke I once heard. Would you like to hear it? It goes—"
"No need to keep lying, Giovanni." Giovanni dropped the plate of pancakes. His ears, his mind must have been deceiving him. There was no way he had just heard Maxwell Lord communicate to him telepathically. Oh yes, there is a way. You're not the only one with gifts, Mr. Zatara. There's a whole world out there with them, if you look. The two men stared at each other for a long time. Finally, Giovanni Zatara took a deep breath and sat down.
"How did you figure it out?"
"I've been studying your magic shows for a while now. I had a PI track your every move, once I heard of this Magic Man going around fighting crime."
"What is it you want?"
"Well, it's not necessarily what I want, Gio. It's what the world needs. I'm sure you're well aware of that guy in red underwear flying around Metropolis." Giovanni knew very well of who that man was.
"If you're asking me to take him down, the answer is no. He's not done anything wrong."
"That's a separate issue, but I'm not here to ask you to do anything to him. I'm asking you to join a team I'm forming."
"A team?"
"Of 4 incredible individuals, you included, each having their own set of gifts and skills like you. You can still continue with your regular life. We'd cover your identity and everything. You'll be earning 3,000 a week. Well, what do you say?" Giovanni didn't speak for a while, but finally he found his voice.
Mr. Lord, my wife died some years ago. After she died, my daughter disappeared. With both of them gone, I sunk into a deep depression. I still had my gifts, yes, but without the two closest to me, they meant nothing anymore. I couldn't bring myself to do shows. Without shows, I had nothing. So one day, I decided I was going to end it all. But I had left my TV on. When I went to turn it off, there he was. Superman. Someone not even from this world, saving regular people with his own awesome gifts. It was remarkable. It was then I decided I would do the same. Use my gifts to help those who couldn't help themselves. If I accept your offer, will I still be able to do that? I will not be a publicity stunt. Of course, I promise you. Hell, you'll be saving even more people this way. Please, Mr. Zatara, join this team and become an even greater hero than before. Another long pause happened. Then Giovanni looked Maxwell Lord right in the eye and extended out his hand. I want that in writing. Yes, sir.